Hi ladybugs, how we doing today? Today we're in my bedroom because we're going to dress the Pickle twins and we're going to dress Chasey, which you guys haven't seen for a long time. So we're going to dress her. I was dressing Chasey every day, but I know how easy it is to damage silicones. So I've backed off of dressing her every single day and started dressing her couple times a week, just because I don't want to damage her in any way or cause any damage. Hold on one second, I gotta grab her a diaper. So yeah, we're gonna dress Chasey today. I'll show you what she's wearing now. Right now she's wearing little jammies. She's my only silicone until I get my Sarah. There she is. She's the Neely kit. I can't remember who sculpted her, but isn't she beautiful? We'll show you the little baby butt because baby butts are adorable. And we're going to get her dressed in something cute. Yeah, I was dressing her every day and she was like, I was carrying her around and stuff. And then I remembered I had a silicone prior and I remembered that she had gotten damaged because I handled her too much. So after a few weeks of having Chasey, I stopped dressing her every day because I didn't want to damage her. You know, silicone is very fragile. One second, I gotta grab her some socks. All right, found her some socks. Some little baby booty socks. So let's get her dressed. Gotta change her diaper. Change her diety, huh? A little Chasey, yeah. I was gonna name her Chase. And I know that's typically a boy's name, but I wanted to name her Chase. But it just sort of kind of happened. I started calling her little Chasey as her nickname. So her full name is Chase, but I call her Chasey. Look at this little onesie. It's a newborn. Isn't it cute? We're going to put that back on her after we change her diaper, but I wanted to show you guys how cute she is. She's in need of a fresh diaper. I'm just going to cover up her little girl parts. There's Chasey. Look at her little booty. Isn't she cute? Yeah, we're just going to cover up those little girly parts so that you guys don't have to look at that. I don't know why people are so particular about little baby parts, because I don't think that they're, you know, offensive or anything. But I understand that, you know, babies can't consent, so we shouldn't be putting their little private parts on. And even with a doll, I think it's good to cover their little private parts up. You don't want anyone to, oh, you know what? I need some powder for this diaper. Hold on. I had the powder yesterday, but I don't know what oh, here's some. I always put a little bit of powder in her diaper. A little bit of powder, just, I powder her with the silicone, what do they call it? The silicone matte powder stuff. I powder her whole body with that, but I always put a little bit of powder in her diaper just because I like the smell. There is a lotion. Hold on, I'm going to grab it. It's called Noodle and Boo Baby Balm, and it smells so much like a new baby. It smells like a mixture of baby powder and just baby smell. It's the greatest smell ever. So here she is with her little diety on, with her diaper. There she is. She's all covered up. Sweet baby girl. Isn't she precious? Yeah. The one that I'm getting is Sarah. She's she's a toddler. She's like 26 inches and 22 pounds or something like that. She's going to be a heavy girl. Like I said, when I get her, she's going to be blank, but I'm still going to play with her a little bit because I just can't wait. I'm paying on her for like 3 years, so I just can't wait. But then I'll eventually, when I save up the money to have her done, I'll have to send her off and get her painted and rooted. But in the meantime, I can't just leave her sitting. All right, let's get Chasey's little onesie on. So I'm super excited to meet her. I'm not going to name her Sarah, but I'm not sure what I am going to name her yet. And here she is with her little onesie on. My sweet little girl. And then I picked this little outfit. It's a little kind of like a cotton sweatsuit. It's got little hot air balloons on it. Isn't that cute? And it's got a little purple headband. And this is the shirt that goes with it. It says, can't wait to see the world. Oh, actually, she doesn't need a long sleeve onesie because she's got a short sleeve shirt. So we'll just take this off her. And she's got armatures in her legs and arms, so you can scrunch her all up to do little, I love the newborn scrunch when you pick them up and they have their legs all drawn up and in. It's so cute. So you can do that with her. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you the newborn scrunch. I love it. Let me just look at the little newborn scrunch with her little legs. That's as far as her legs go up. Look at that little girl. All right, let's get her dressed. It's funny because the onesie looks bigger than the outfit, but it's not. They're all the same size. Yeah, I can't wait to start nesting for Sarah. I don't nest until I know they're on their way home. But I can't wait to start nesting for her. If you guys haven't looked her up, the silicone Sarah toddler, you should. She's so cute. Let me see if I can show you one. Let me grab my iPad. So I can't use my phone because I'm doing a video on it, but I think I can use my iPad. There we go, sweet pea. Let me see, here's my iPad. All right. Silicone Sarah toddler. So let's see if it brings up a picture of her. Let's see if it shows her. This is her. Let me see. Isn't she cute? Of course, mine will be blank until I get her painted, but I think it's such a cute kit. The other one I want to get is there's a little boy who's a toddler. There's a few of them. There's Dean. There's a smiling one. I can't remember the name of all of them, but I would love to get a toddler little boy. I'm trying to decide if I want Sarah to be a girl or a boy, that I might make her into a little boy. I think I'm prone to little boys because I didn't have any sons, you know. All my babies were daughters. But I really wanted a little boy too. So I wanted my first one to be a girl because my brother picked on me mercilessly and like in a really bad way, like not sibling kind of way. And so I wanted my daughters to be older, but once I had my first daughter, my second daughter, I really wasn't particular whether it was a boy or a girl because I wanted both. I kind of wanted my daughter to have a sister because I felt like they'd be close, which is not how it turned out. But I also wanted a little boy now that I had the little girl. So I was kind of on the fence and I was like, whatever, you know, with the first one, I really wanted a daughter. And then after that, I was kind of on the fence because I wanted both for different reasons. So, yeah. So when I got a little girl, I wasn't disappointed because I wanted my daughter to have a sister. But I also wanted a little boy because I already had a girl. So I wasn't particular. I was fine either way. I'll be right back. I got to wet the comb. All right, I combed her hair. Now we put the little headband on her. Yeah, I wasn't at all particular with my second baby because I had gotten what I wanted for my first baby. And like I said, I wanted both a boy and a girl for my second baby because, you know, different reasons. So here she is. And she doesn't go down to the nursery ever. She stays in the swing up here in my room so she doesn't get damaged. If you look, I have a swing right there. There's her swing. And she just hangs out in her swing all the time. So there's little Chasey. There's little Chasey. All dressed and happy, huh? All dressed little girl. Are you all dressed? Her headband's a little bit big. A little bit big on her little melon, huh? Say my melon's little, huh? I always tell the dogs, you got rocks in your melon? So there's little Chasey. My little chickadee. So we're going to set her down and get the twins so we can dress them. And she stays in her swing with her little bear. And she had slippers on earlier, but they fell off, so we're going to put those right there. We're going to start with Miss Kaya. She's a sleepy girl. Look what she's wearing. So cute. She's got the matching hat on. Hold on. Let me pick her up. There we go. She's got a little tutu. There's little ballet slippers right here. And then she's got the matching hat. Isn't that adorable? I love the Little Me outfits. That's a Little Me from Macy's. But you can also get like overstock of Little Me at Marshall's. And I think probably TJ Maxx too, because they're kind of owned by the same company. But I'm not sure. I can't guarantee that because I don't shop at TJ Maxx. But a lot of times you can find the Little Me for a much better price because Little Me runs like $30 a set at Macy's. But you can get them at Marshall's for anywhere between $7.99 and like $9.99. So if you like the Little Me jammy sets, you can absolutely get them cheaper by going to Marshall's. Like I said, I'm sure that TJ Maxx and Burlington, because I think they're all owned by the same company, they tend to have the same stock from what I've seen. You could probably get them there too, but I just don't have one real close to me, so I haven't shopped there for a lot of years, so I don't want to guarantee that you can find it there, but you can definitely find the Little Me stuff at Marshall's. And it's the exact same outfits that they have at Macy's, so you can just get them much, much cheaper. We're going to put these little slippers because they're way too big for Chasey. So we're going to put them on Kaya because Kaya's a big girl, huh? Kaya's a big old chunky girl. We're going to take her hat off. So yeah, if you like Little Me, or I don't know that they usually don't have like Ralph Lauren, which is the other brand I like from Macy's, but you can find a lot of like name brand clothes, Jessica Simpson and Carter's and Little Me. And occasionally you can find Ralph Lauren at Marshall's. Like I said, I think that TJ Maxx and Burlington are owned by the same company and generally have similar stock. So if you have one of those near you, you can go there and look. One of these days I'm going to take you guys, maybe next month we'll go on a little shopping trip. I don't think I'll buy anything, but I'll take you guys with me for a little shopping trip. And we'll go check out what TJ Maxx has to offer. Marshall's, sorry. Here's little Miss Kaya. She just needs a pink headband. Let's see if we can find one. I had one in her hair yesterday, so it shouldn't have gone too far, but I tend to misplace things. Oh, it's right here. Look at that. I'm right on target today. Okay, let's put a headband in her hair. I would love to pull out my vintage stroller and take the twins, but I don't think I could get them with the walker, so I'd have to put one in the sling to take with me. Isn't she pretty? I love this little outfit. Look at the little bows across the chest. So anyway, there's Miss Kaya. She's all dressed. And we're going to dress Kieran. Let me set Kaya down and pick up Kieran. He's in his little Ralph Lauren jammies, huh? Him's in his little Ralph Lauren jammies, huh? Here he is. See his little Ralph Lauren emblem right there? Yep, he's in his little Ralph Lauren jammies, my sleepy little boy. I really hope they make a Pickle awake. I think Evelyn was my favorite kit. Evelyn by Cassie Brace. And of course, I love Saskia. I have 10 of them, so you guys know I love Saskia. But I would love to see a couple of the kits that I'd like to see opposites of. I'd love to see a Pickle awake. I'd love to see a Saskia asleep. I'd love to see a Maisie asleep, although it's kind of hard with Maisie because she has such an animated smile. It would be hard to do that asleep. But that's another kit, and I would love to see an awake Evelyn. Evelyn has been my favorite kit for years and years and years, and I would absolutely love to see an awake Evelyn. So, and an awake Alexis would be pretty too, I think. Evelyn and Alexis, I feel like, are fraternal twins. I always make my Evelyns and my Alexises fraternal twins because They're both sculpted by Cassie Brace, and they have like similar facial features, like the nose and the mouth and the shape of the eyes. And I always love to make them fraternal twins because they're not identical, but they're close enough that they look like they could be related. So, and they're about the same size, so you can't really do big sister, little sister with them. So I do fraternal twins with them because they look like they're related. Do you ever notice that the sculptors tend to sculpt babies that are, well, probably because they, you know, that's their technique, but they tend to sculpt babies that are that look very similar. They have, like, if you look at the Sandy Faber babies, all the babies have the same noses, the same facial structure. And so they definitely look like they could be siblings. The two kits that I'm looking for is Rosalie by Sandy Faber and Kenzie by Sandy Faber. There's little man. Got to get him some booties. So I'm going to take you guys over here so I can talk to you while I'm booty hunting. Here, I'll put that right there. What did I drop? I dropped something. Nope, maybe not. Okay. I have a whole bin of clothes over here that I put over here for the twins. Because I told you they've been my obsession lately. So I've been dressing them daily. So I keep a bin of clothes for the babies that I'm currently obsessed with. I have those little baby walkers, but those are really hard to get on his feet. I just don't think they fit well. So let's see. Let me just pull out some clothes. I have a bunch of shoes and booties and stuff in the bottom of this bin. So let's see if we can find some. What's this? Those are white. Let's see. Here's a little pair of light blue shoes. Are these 0 to 3 or 3 to 6? These are 3 to 6. They should fit his feet, but I gotta, oh, here's some slippers. Those will probably go on a little easier. Let me see. Here's a pair of dark blue booties, but I think those are too small for his big old feet. He's got big old cloud hopping feet. So yeah. All right, we'll try these little doggy slippers on him. Let me just put these clothes away. They're blue, they'll match, even though I think he's got sailboats on his outfit, not doggies, but that's okay. And then I have this little table where I change them, and I have this giraffe up there, and I have this one. I like the giraffes that have rattles in them. I think they're so cute. All right, we got his little slippers. Let's see if these will fit. So yeah, tell me what kits you would like to see opposites of, like asleep and awake and that kind of thing. Are there any kits that you guys would like to see opposites of? And what's your favorite kit? Like of all time? People think mine is Saskia because I have 10 of them, and I do love Saskia, but that's not my favorite kit. My favorite kit is Evelyn, followed closely by Pickle and Cody Bear. I love Cody Bear. He's so cute. There we go. Oh, those fit perfect. Let's see. Here's his little feet. His little doggy slippers. And then we'll get his hair combed. There he is, all hair brushed and cute. Look at this little man. He is such a little stinker. Those cheekers. I'd love to see a silicone pickle. I would go crazy for a silicone pickle. Would absolutely blow my mind. I was supposed to read no, I'm not. It's Monday. Never mind. I was going to say I was supposed to read tonight, but I'll do it tomorrow. But it's actually Monday, so I'm not supposed to read tonight. I'm supposed to read tomorrow. I lose track of my days. It's easy to do. So there he is. There's my sweet boy. Here, let me show you guys a different angle. There he is. Isn't he beautiful? Such a beautiful baby. All right, ladybugs, I want to let you guys go. I love you. I hope you have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.